EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
On the ready.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check it.
61. Matchbox lights.
Check 77.
Look. Squeeze. Now.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
80 weapon.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Greystone, travel. Shoot. 5. Take up.
Now to the air. Lock. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Safety's creeping. Check 43.
On first down, it's Lindsay. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood. Topper, shoot.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing, hey, Charlie. Bang. Hit it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 15, line. 15 line. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 6. Going top shelf for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw in his lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Hey, Alpha! You're out!
Check. Crunch. Deuce.
Check down.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Flushed out right. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on second down when they got the sack? Because on third down, zero pressure, all the time in the world, and he picks up the first down with that throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Yep.
Now it's Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Philip Lindsey with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
On second down, it's Gordon. And some room to run now. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Go!
53 is the mic. There's a party now. Check.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he finds McLaurin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Head up. 60 outlaw. 6-6. Pull it high.
Check out three. Slam. Jack. Joker. Switch.
Hit it.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Go!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
SOS. Blue draw Corker.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Smooth.
35.
Get it.
Now back to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Check 61. Matchbox light. Ready?
On first down, Gordon. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 14-yard line.
80 weapons.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Rip right, rip right. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. What we got?
Running right. It's a handoff to Gordon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Set, ready? 30 base.
53. Bring it. Bring it.
Hey, Delta.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 53 to Mike. 53.
Now.
The setup to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
Big grip.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Hey, high 7.
Check 53.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let it go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
70, Indy.
Hey, let's go.
Gone.
It's our time. Check 9.
Hey, Sam off. Topper. Shoot.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And cuts out right sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards on the ground.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Yes.
They'll run here with Freeman. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The kick by McManus is good. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get set. 35 to Mike. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
35, Mike, 35.
Look at me. Zipper. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, exit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Orbit.
Mike 35. Hey, tight down. There you go. 35 now.
They'll look to throw here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Ringer, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Hey.
Get serious right here. We got to step it up.
Big trip.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Mike 51. Not today, you are. Not today.
Hey, go.
On second down, Freeman. Past the 35 before he's taken down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10.
Shift. Alert 3.
Hey, lock it. 5.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Steelers.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Man, I got you.
Now a give right side. It's Gordon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go. Moody base.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check.
Bravo.
Check. 53's Mike.
Hey. Let's go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check, 47. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Yep.
Go.
5. Get.
They'll drop to throw. And he finds McDonald. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27.
53, check 53. Get
Ready.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On the ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. That's complete to Jake Butt. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check. Watch the shit.
6-3, 218, chop it.
Watch the shit. Alert flare.
There.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
It's 3rd.
You draw Porkers.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here it comes. Showing up.
Big grip.
Another run by Lindsey. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read. Look at me. Score, score. Let go.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
70, Indy.
Check 4, check 4.
Yo, go, go.
Red zone. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
61, matchbox lights.
Check 99. Check 99. 51's the mic, boys. 51.
You don't know no better.
Watch twist.
Fire.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
80 weapons. Hey, wahoo!
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Shoot!
From the gun on third down, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This is Gordon as they go to him again. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there by Gordon. 86 yards. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal.
Yeah.
They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
15 line.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a give, right side. Gordon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash. Protein spill. Look at me, zipper. Back. Go. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hand.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. 53, Mike, 53. Recon, 152 fighter.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Hey.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Ready. 60 yards. Watch the screen. Shoot. 6-6. Pull it high. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
X3, 218, chopper. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, high 7. Here I come again. Right here, guys. Fight 51, Mike 51. Blue Dan. Hard.
To throw on 3rd down. Lock under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. T.J. Watt. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Sam Cook now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Gordon. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 43-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Check, 47. Watch 61. Matt, go.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Ready? 18 Gators.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn out. Kill.
Snell going to try the right side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Down. 18 Gator. Check.
Both sevens of Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
It's just me.
Back to throw here. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gordon, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Steelers have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Pittsburgh, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.